chew loud.
She does. Anyway, welcome to June. The end of June.
June. You're right.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't eat.
It's the end of June, and instead of I'm playing Terraria right now. Like while you guys are watching this, I'm playing Terraria because.
I was gonna say it's not really welcome to June. June's ending. It's welcome to July.
My birthday's on the 4th, so I don't mind July.
I keep forgetting that.
I know, right?
I should get you something.
We're gonna go watch Inside Out.
Oh, that should be nice.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all gonna go watch Inside Out. When are we going?
You can come if you want.
No, I'm just kidding.
So what's our laundry list of things that happened in June?
We had a meet that wasn't very successful.
It happens. It's June.
I haven't even been able to go to a meet.
You've been busy with your house.
I have. I'm
And
still busy.
And you have your cousin over.
I did.
Did?
Plus, yes.
He's gone now?
No, actually, I thought he was going to be staying over at our place, but he's currently at my grandma's, so...
Oh. All right, then.
Actually, no. Today's Monday. He's currently on a plane back to Thailand.
I said no chips during the podcast, and the first thing I did was grab chips.
You so bad. I'm flipping these away.
There.
And the sounds of the chips has been the loudest thing on the podcast so far.
All right.
Sorry, everybody, about rippling chip bags, but I need to stop these guys from munching.
Non-personally, though.
You were the loudest chewer. Like, they probably heard you at the beginning of the thing.
I'm pretty sure the biggest news thing that happened was gay marriage legalized throughout the States.
Not just legalized. It was like it was forcefully legalized.
I think the best part is the immediate afterwards where there was all like the Facebook posts and like everything going on. It's like, I'm moving to Canada. It's like, we've had it legal for 10 years now. Like, I don't know what you're expecting coming up here, but we don't want you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave your guns, and gay marriage has been around for a decade.
I don't know.
Problems?
Welcome to Canada, motherfucker!
Oh yeah, whoever.
That's the other thing is our censorship laws are drastically different, so we can cuss.
Awesome. Fucking hell, awesome.
Woo!
Okay, that was the loudest thing. Yeah, but yeah, no, right before it was legalized, I saw a post about a pastor who actually said that he was going to set himself on fire if gay marriage was legalized.
Yeah, I saw.
Now, I haven't checked to see if he's still around.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for this guy to set himself on fire.
Yeah.
He's gonna pussy it. He's gonna light the bottom of his pants on fire and then stamp it out really quickly.
He's probably just going to light a picture of himself on fire.
Ah.
Nah.
I was at least giving him the credit that he would kind of follow his word.
Hell no.
No, I'm not. He
I
gets
was
no
gonna say,
credit.
someone on my Facebook I saw, they're like, man, my Facebook looks like it's a war between the Confederates and a Skittles factory.
Oh yeah, all the rainbow pictures.
Actually, that was another thing is that the Confederate flag is being retired.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, it means no more Dukes of Hazzard remakes.
Well, yeah. But my main bit with it is that you're getting rid of something that, albeit not good, is a part of history.
Yeah, but so were the Nazis. They're a part of history. They're a part we don't like to repeat.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying, but getting rid of something...
Well, it's not like they're going to burn all the records of it ever existing.
Yeah.
It's
Not
just
like Nazis.
Yeah.
Apparently Germany's really bad for that.
What, holding on to the past?
But my bit with it is that the Confederate flag was a military thing as well, and...
It's not anymore. The flag has changed.
I know it's not anymore.
The thing is it has
kind of a non-issue.
It has no bearing on us because we don't live in that part of the world. For a lot of people, that was their flag. That was, before the Civil War, that was them. And it's a piece of their identity still.
When was the Civil War?
18-something.
So, how is it still a piece of them? Everyone who was born before the Civil War is dead.
It's still part of a family thing. I mean, even... I was going to say, Holocaust survivors, their families are still directly affected by that.
Yeah, and they hate the Nazi symbol.
Yes, but you're flipping it to the opposite of someone who actually believed in something that their families fought for, and you're taking it away from them. even though it's not.
It was taken away from them at the end of the Civil War.
Yeah, but history's written by the winners, but it doesn't mean that the history about the losers should be gotten rid of or forgotten.
It's not. It's just, we're not going, like, this is a symbol of bad things now. Kind of like the swastika.
I don't know. I just don't agree with it.
I gotta say, I don't agree with it either. Like I said, it has no bearing on us. We don't live in that area of the world.
Yeah.
So, for us, it's who cares? But for a lot of people, it actually means a lot.
The other bit is, as I put it, is that I may not agree with what you say, but damn well, if I wouldn't defend to the death your right to say it.
Well,
because that's entirely what free speech is about.
Well, okay, but does that mean that people should be able to fly the Confederate flag?
Yes.
Should we allow Nazis to fly a swastika flag?
They have freedom of speech and the right to do so.
You don't think that's going to cause public outcry?
Raising a pride flag for the last many years caused an outcry, but we still allowed it.
Yeah, that was...
The only difference now is that the tide of majority has shifted in favor. It used to be in favor of Confederacy and whatnot, and, original Bible rights and whatnot. And like I said, they're not necessarily something I agree with, but I'll defend to the death their right to be able to say that, because I still have to defend the right for, as someone who's part of Pride and everything, my right to express myself. It's making it a two-way street, same as racism is a two-way street, that a lot of people don't realize is that, yes, I need to be proud of my pride and I want the world to accept me for it, but I still need to accept the rest of the world for what they are. And that's something that a lot of, you hear about feminists who don't do that, where it's, there's so much making fun of it, but no one gets to sit down and have the actual talk of everyone has the right to themselves, and you can't take that away. Or there should be no right to take that away.
Wow, this is really heavy stuff.
Yes. Let's change to something lighter and specifically furry related, because there were two major videos that came out this month that actually have something to do with the furry fandom.
Well, let's talk about the other one that we didn't see just previous to this one, because we were going to go for lighter.
Yes.
Lighter is good.
All right. So we'll go for light. You can lead off, Riffti, because I've been talking for too long.
Okay. I found a video that's on a game channel that delves into theories and whatever, but it's not game theory. It's called Noggin. And it's the same sort of idea, only they don't go into the same sort of topics. Anyhow, Noggin has recently gone to a little bit more broader ideas than just particular games. And one of those was, what is furry? What makes a furry? Why do people go into furry? And there was this entire 20-minute video just on what is furry. And it was, what I like about it was sourced. There was scientific studies that he referenced and used in his video. It wasn't just opinion, and he's not trying to offend anybody, because he's I'm just laying out the facts as they are presented in these studies. In fact, he even used the research that was...
from the Anthropomorphic Research...
Project?
Yes. ARP.
ARP. Which is...
ARP? International Anthropomorphic Research Project. IARP.
IARP. Which is actually presented by somebody that we know.
Nuka. Hello, Nuka.
Shout out to Nuka. And his work with, I believe it's the University of Waterloo that he works for. Yes. And that is how he's getting his PhD, I believe, is in furry studies. Anyhow.
That's kind of funny.
The bit is that it's a proper researched instance. It's not... we were all excited about Fanboy Confessional when they actually took the time to look into it, and more than just the really bad stuff you see from the immediate Google search.
CSI.
Yeah, basically. But no, Noggin goes ahead and he makes a very clear distinction between furry the fandom and furry the fetish. Which I think is very important, because it's not as though the fetish doesn't exist.
Yeah.
However, it's not integral to the furry fandom.
Actually, wasn't the research numbers that fetish-wise it was 37% or
I want to say 37% of people.
around a third.
Around a third of people say yes, I'm sexually into this as an ideal.
And a third are entirely no.
Oh, so
like a third is like entirely no. Some people are sort of indifferent, and then there's about a third of people who are saying yes, I am very much into it.
So 1 in 3 people.
I don't know, based on your art, her art, and my search history.
We are not a good sample size.
Based on those factors, there are 6 clean furries in BrantFurred. I think I know one of them.
I was gonna say, no, I know another 2 who are on our side, so.
Okay, so we're 10. We're up to 10 clean furries in BrantFurred.
All right. So we've talked about 2 of the things you're never supposed to talk to. We talked about politics with the gay pride thing, and now we've talked about sex. If we could fit religion into this, we're golden. Everyone will hate us.
Woo!
So the thing about God is...
Well, that was another thing that I brought up during the month. I posted on my Twitter, is that it bugs me that like a show or anything like that cannot have a proper conversation with its viewers or with anybody about religion, politics, or sex. Sex in Canada is a little bit more open with it, where it can be used as comedy, it can be used however, and you can
Compared to the States where it's like, oh my god, that movie has side boob, rated R.
Yeah. But I mean, politics and religion are still very much red buttons. If you mention anything slightly resembling any sort of favoritism or opinion for one or the other, you immediately receive backlash, which you're not. It's basically what you're avoiding as a.
Well, there's two things about that, and it's really those 2 things are Canada and the U.S. Because in the U.S. you talk about religion and politics, and your ratings go up. In Canada, you talk about religion and politics, your ratings go down.
But I mean, you can search up all the old radio stuff about. Those are the 3 things you don't talk about. The 13 words you aren't allowed to say on radio, or whatever. And there's all sorts of these things that comedians.
I've heard of it. I haven't actually.
There's a bunch of them that comedians have made fun of because they're things that you can't talk about. And
George Carlin was really.
Oh well,
really
George Carlin's. I think his was 7 words.
Yeah.
7 words you can't say on TV or something. It's been too long since I saw that skit. I gotta go watch it again. It really is. It's timeless.
But I mean, my bit with this, by not talking about those things, you're uninformed about those things.
Well, that's very true.
Which becomes the problem. Because, I mean, I'm 24 in 4 days.
Oh my god, you're that young.
Yeah. But... but like,
he's like, oh man,
I'm legally old enough to vote. I could drink and smoke if I really wanted to. And I have all these decisions I can make. And considering the amount of drug information they punch into you through school and various things like that, I don't know anything about how politics actually works, and I'm
going bald.
But I'm expected to vote, and it's expected that I'm supposed to fulfill this right that I have when I don't have an opinion, and I can't ask anybody for that opinion. The only people I'm able to ask are direct family, which means that I'm stuck with the same ideals as them, which is the religion problem a lot of the time when kids want to break away from the religion of their parents. Like, I've attended some of Riffti's atheist meetings, and that's like all they talk about is like, it's thankfully my parents accepted or didn't accept or did accept the decision. And I'm just like, why is that the only thing? Shouldn't you be able to have like a solid conversation about this?
No, you really can't. Religion and politics, I don't know, they're just like the breeding ground for arguments and hatred.
I know, and again, I just kind of
because the thing is talking about politics or religion or sex.
I didn't know you went to atheist meetings.
Yep.
Man, there's so much shit I don't know about you guys.
Generally, it's once a month. We meet at Krabby Joe's.
Actually,
oh, sorry. The atheist group meets at Krabby Joe's.
Half-price appetizers.
Actually, considering things we don't know, it occurred to me when I was at one of the meetings with Riffti, even though I'm not atheist, but I think it was on the car ride home, and I'm like, what? Is Foxin religious? I was thinking about, I have never asked him. But it's because, again, it's something that we can't talk about. Because
we can talk about it.
Anyway, the point that I was going to make.
No topic is off top, is like something you don't talk about with me. There really is nothing.
As I was saying,
You can talk about anal sex with me. I don't have it. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of it. But you can talk about it. I don't have a problem with it.
But that's that thing I was saying before, is the respect for free speech. Anyway, Riffti would like some free speech.
Yes, I would, without you guys running over my sentences.
$1.25, please.
Huh? Oh, for the drinks?
No, he was making fun of it for free speech. $1.25 for your free speech.
Right over top of your head.
Anyhow, what I was going to say is the reason that I believe that people don't like talking about sex, religion, or politics is the fact that you don't want to find out someone's core beliefs are different than yours, and you don't want to find out that, it's one of those things where a lot of people... Okay, here's a little bit thing. I'm going to go into a little bit of a tangent here, but I'm a child-free person. And with that being the case, a lot of arguments that I find are from people against being child-free and not procreating is they never even thought that there wasn't a choice. Because you go through school and whatever as a little kid, and everyone has kids and live happily ever after and all the stories. You always hear about people getting married, well, then some kids got to be on the way. And it's to the point now where people are like, we're getting engaged or we're getting married or whatever. And the people are all, first thing they ask is, when are you going to have kids?
I'm going to have to call this episode Red Button because we are doing nothing but Red Button conversations.
Anyway, and...
Talk about tangents.
Yeah. Anyway, and the people that I talk to, because I'm in a couple of different child-free forums and whatever, one of the things is like, well, a lot of people probably out there just don't understand that there is a choice to it. You don't have to go down that path. And when people meet somebody who has strayed from the normal path, it scares them a little bit because then they start to question, well, was my path wrong? Because it's not the norm. So it's one of the things that the idea of someone living outside of the socially acceptable bubble, it's foreign to them and it scares them. So you don't want to have those conversations where it's like, this is my beliefs, and I don't know what's going to happen if I run into a person who believes something drastically different, especially because sex, politics, and religion are usually very deeply ingrained things.
I must be the unusual case then, because growing up, I've never been made to feel that politics was like this big thing that I have to be involved in. I have to pick a side. And same with religion. It's never been a big deal thing. We were never forced into any religion. Even though we're not atheists, it's just something it's not necessary for survival.
Oh, I wasn't forced into it either.
Oh, no, I'm not saying you were. No, and the other thing is having kids. Like, my mom would ask me what I plan on doing with my future. She wouldn't ask you, it's like, do you plan on having kids? It's just, she would ask me if it was important to me. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and she always...
Stop playing with the dog.
But it's a laser light and a tiny dog. It's adorable.
It's a tiny dog with a loud keychain. And my train got derailed.
Your mom asking you about if things are important to you.
Oh, yeah. And, I was just never made to feel, and I guess I'm lucky for that, I was never made to feel that picking a side was important. Like, to me, there are no sides. I could vote NDP one year, and then Conservative the next, and then Liberal the next. It wouldn't matter. Yeah. It's always go with what you feel is best for you. And if not having kids is what's best for you, then it's what's best for you. Yeah. There is no
Well, the thing is I hear these horror stories online. Like, if you go on to, like...
Hold on, I just want to say, speaking of online, there's atheist forums? Or not, wait, no, not atheist.
Child-free forums?
Child-free forums.
Yes.
It's like, is that... I'm sitting here thinking, is that important enough to need a forum?
Here-
But then there's forums for everything, so
Here's the
why
thing,
not?
though. A lot of people, it's more people from the States where it's a little bit more because of the good old Christian values.
Oh, good.
You know, you get married to procreate, and
The nuclear family.
yeah, it's the nuclear family. But it's not to say that we still don't have pressures here in Canada for that particular reason or problem, where it's just it's one of those things, and this is getting into another long red button issue here.
Oh, we're touching on 4.
But
We
Red
need like an actual red button here, like the easy,
click. That was easy.
the easy
Well,
button.
There we go.
Do Americans know about the easy button?
I don't know.
I don't know if Americans have staples.
Anyway, but one of the problems is I went to my doctor and I asked him for a referral to have a tubal ligation to be sterilized,
Ah.
and he refused to give it to me because I'm too young. And it's like, I'm 23 years old, or however old I was, 21 or 20, whatever it was at the time.
Have
It's
you
like,
had one yet?
No.
Oh.
I still have, and I'm not gonna get into that right now. But the point is he refused because I'm too young, and I'm thinking, I'm an adult. I can make a decision for all sorts of different things that will affect me permanently for the rest of my life.
I can get a piercing.
I can get a piercing. I can get a tattoo. I can get blackout drunk and stumble into a street and end up getting hit by a car and paralyzed.
I legally
Yeah, but you
can't smoke
won't
weed,
because
but
you
I
don't
can make
drink
the
that
decision.
much.
I'm just saying I have the opportunity to buy enough alcohol to seriously harm myself. I can buy cigarettes and smoke till my lungs are black.
I can illegally buy drugs, but I can't smoke them.
Anyway. And here's the other thing.
Like physically?
Well, no, I've had this thing. I watched a video recently.
Hold on. No, I was just.
I'll-
Yes or no.
I'll do the story
No,
after.
we're gonna derail her. Go ahead.
Okay. And on the flip side, I could get pregnant. I could have a child.
Yeah.
Which is something that I would have for the rest of my life. But I'm not allowed to choose that I don't want children because of regrets. And you see people who are on forums and there's like mommy confessions where you have all these people who had children and they're like, this was a huge mistake. This was not right for me. But I'm not allowed to choose what I know is correct for myself because I'm too young and they don't want me to regret my decision. Mm-hmm. But I can do all these other things that will affect me for the rest of my life permanently, but I'm not allowed to do that. And that is some bullshit right there.
I don't know. I'm on the same kind of train with that concerning drug use, and I've never used drugs in my life, like quite literally, but I dislike that I don't have the option because somebody somewhere deemed that it was inappropriate. I'm allowed to drink myself stupid and get into a car accident. I can smoke till my lungs are a horrifying mess and kill myself, but I can't enjoy a recreational drug. Which...
I see where both of you are coming from with your arguments.
Because, I mean, I had a temptation recently. I would like to try weed brownies once.
Oh, yeah?
Just once.
I did once.
Like, that's all I
It was
want.
the worst experience of my life.
But that's the case. I mean, I was dating someone who smoked, and I was like, can I try? Because I was curious. It was something that she did that I was like, do I want to do? Because it's then something we could do together. I tried it. I puffed once, and I was like, nope, never again. This is a horrible thing to experience. But because it's tobacco, I have the right, apparently, to make that decision of trying it. I don't legally have the ability to try something else, whether I would like it or otherwise.
I know some guys. I'll get you some brownies.
You're not the only one who has offered that said that they can. And I'm like, one of these days, probably. But it's still... I don't see why it's illegal if I can, she's right, get a piercing, get pregnant, etc. It's just something that I'm not allowed to make the choice of because somebody else has deemed it inappropriate.
Well, no,
Abortion,
that's actually a gray area. Because you are allowed to make the choice. You are allowed to choose to want to shoot up all these different drugs.
Yes.
But the government has made the act illegal. You can still do it, but just know that there are consequences to your actions.
But even previously, things like abortions and getting your tubes tied were illegal because you weren't allowed to. It took forever to make that something that was allowed to be a choice.
Yeah, now
without
it is.
illegal means. And now it is. But I just think the world has a lot of catching up to do to realize that we're people and we're allowed to make these kinds of decisions because we're going to do them one way or another. And at least if it's legal, it can be done safely.
It can still be done safely even though it's illegal.
Things like prostitution, though, where there's this whole red button issue that it's drastically unsafe. If it was legal, we could put in regulation to make it safe.
For the people using the service and the workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then then you'll have black market prostitution, and then how do you control that?
How do you control prostitution now?
With a stick?
Exactly. It's the same. You'd basically be doing the same thing for black market, but at least the ones who actually like to do it, because hey, you can enjoy sex. If you can make a career out of sex, why not? Strippers can do it and porn stars can do it, but the difference between being on a camera and choosing to do it with a John is illegal.
Who does it with a toilet?
John is the term for someone.
He's making a joke.
It's a quip.
Anyway, off of the red button issues for a bit, let's move on. There was another video that we were going to talk about.
Oh,
we got a couple minutes left.
From the desk of Death Battle.
Yes, and I love Screw Attack and Screw Attack series. Like, in general, I love regular Death Battle. I love watching their the top 10s that they do. And even every now and again, I'll watch one of their, like, hour-long rants about things. But
Just want to interject. Watch Mojo, best top 10s.
I've heard.
We haven't watched any of them?
Not really. I'm always editing our stuff, so if I spend too much time watching other videos, I can't get our videos out. And then I'm like, shit.
That makes sense. But seriously, I've just gone on fucking marathons on YouTube from top 10 list to top 10 list. I think I one time spent like 4 hours just watching top 10 lists. It's kind of sad.
But no, it's like, I like the series and I like it, but today there was a very objective show. It stopped being...
Today meaning yesterday.
Yes. Well, actually...
Today meaning how many days before this comes out?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be on tomorrow?
Yeah,
It's the last day of the month.
I feel like is it the 30th today?
Today's the 29th.
Oh.
Anyway.
Oh, no, we're dating the show.
Doesn't matter. Anyway, though, the bit with it is that the majority of Desk of Death Battle is bringing up random, obscure facts about someone that showed up on Death Battle.
Yeah.
This one was about Sonic games, and I have no problem with downing on Sonic games every again. Is why Sonic is in a terrible situation right now.
Yeah.
Where the games are coming out and they're sucking, and it was an objective view. It was an opinionated view, which is, I'm okay with an opinionated view. That's why I watch a top 10. Like, because that's somebody's opinion, and I'm interested. Yeah. And I liked everything till the end.
Yeah.
It was bringing up the fan base and the fact that it's splitting it up because of age gap differences and first game differences and things like that, and how everything's split. And then I was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. I can see why Sonic games now are kind of bad because they're trying to appeal to the fans.
Right.
And then just randomly, completely out of left field, it's like, oh, and one last thing. Sonic personas. And I was like...
Oh, yeah, more than that. She said, word for word, Sonic created furries, which is wrong.
Yeah. And it was just...
The furries were, like, around before Sonic, so fuck you, woman.
And, like, that was my big problem with this, is that she suddenly turned into this whole objective anti-furry thing, and it wasn't even directly based on Sonic. She started bringing out additional things. Because, like, I'm one of the first to say it. I find a lot of the Sonic creations in the furry fandom to be really weird. They're not my personal thing.
And unoriginal.
The other problem that I have is she talks about Sonic furries or whatever, but she uses clips of just regular furries out, like...
Yeah.
Chilling out at fur cons or parades or whatever. It's just random, like, regular furries.
And unlike the Noggin video, there's no science behind it, and she only specifically said that this is the reason we have a furry fetish. Yeah. And It's wrong. It's uninformed.
She blames Sally Acorn.
It's damaging, which we don't need more damaging.
And the other thing is unlike the Noggin video, which, like I said, separated the furry fandom from the furry fetishism, she groups it all in as one, as many people do, and that is unfortunate because it's not true.
It's the first video on YouTube I have ever given a dislike.
On Screw Attack?
Yeah, that particular video is the only video I've ever disliked, and it was because it was a good video. It was all right until that point, at which point then it was like, okay, and target this group because
she obviously, and you can tell by the way she was speaking, she finds furries to be personally gross to her.
Which isn't how you should be doing that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can
we're all people.
Yeah, no. There are parts of the fandom that are gross to me. I'm not going to say them out loud.
Anyway, though, that pretty much wraps up our Red Button episode.
Yeah.
Oh my. I don't think any of us expected to be talking about such serious things when we sat down today.
Well,
to be honest, I was going to sing. I was singing on the way over because I was so happy. I knew we were going to be hanging out together. Feels like we don't do that as much anymore.
Well, you've been so busy.
Yeah, I am really busy. It does suck.
Because of you being so busy, we haven't had a chance to just hang out and chill.
Yeah.
I think the other bit comes down to, though, why we had a very Red Button month is because gay marriage was legalized, which was a huge Red Button conversation. Like, Donald Trump is trying to go for president, which is a huge Red Button issue. Cause
does that every 4 years. Nobody takes it seriously.
Apparently it was a lot of a joke. I didn't get to see it. Anyway, though, we're going off on a tangent. We'll see y'all next month.
See y'all next month.
See y'all in July.